Look at that harbor. It's like a watercolor painting come to life. Copenhagen just feels like a gentle dream, doesn't it?
It really does, but behind that charm is a city with roots deeper than most people know.
Tell me everything. I want to fall in love with it, story by story.
All right, let's go back to the 10th century. Copenhagen began as a humble fishing village called Haven, just harbor. It was mostly a settlement for Viking fishermen and traders.
Of course it started with Vikings.
Yup, around the 12th century, Bishop Absalon fortified the harbor, building a castle in 1167. That's often considered the official founding of Copenhagen. From there, it grew in importance, and by the 15th century, it became the capital of Denmark.
So the name? Copenhagen. Where does that come from?
It evolved from the Danish Købmandshavn, meaning merchant's harbor. Commerce has always been at the city's heart, especially with its position on the Øresund Strait between Denmark and Sweden.
A city born from trade and tides.
Exactly. And even though it suffered fires, wars, and plagues, including being bombarded by the British in 1807, it kept rebuilding, always gracefully.
I love cities that rise with dignity, like they remember but never stop moving.
Copenhagen's like that. Today it's home to around 650,000 people. About 1.3 million if you count the whole metro area. It's cosmopolitan, but still very Danish in spirit. You'll find Danes, of course, but also growing communities of immigrants from Turkey, Pakistan, Poland, Syria, and across Africa. And
they all bike together.
Absolutely. It's one of the most bike-friendly cities on Earth. There are more bikes than cars. They've planned the city to be sustainable, green, and humane, truly leading the way.
And the food? Please tell me there's more than just open-faced sandwiches.
There's smørrebrød, yes, but Copenhagen is a gastronomic capital now. Noma, one of the most famous restaurants in the world, redefined fine dining with foraged Nordic ingredients. Then there's Geranium, Alchemist, but also hip street food or cozy spots like Café Dyrehaven and Grude.
I want to eat porridge next to a canal in autumn. Is that too specific?
Laughing. Not in Copenhagen. You could do that and then walk to Tivoli Gardens, a 19th century amusement right in the city center, or explore Rosenborg Castle, or the Round Tower where you climb a spiral ramp instead of stairs.
And the Little Mermaid statue? Don't we have to visit her too?
Of course. She's the city's quiet icon, based on Hans Christian Andersen's fairy tale. He was born in Odense, but lived in Copenhagen most of his life. You can still visit his old haunts and even his grave.
What a writer to come from such a magical place.
They host the Copenhagen Marathon, cycling tours, and loads of water sports. The city's surrounded by canals and it breathes through the water.
I want to stroll through the old streets of Christianshavn, buy fresh pastries from a tiny bakery, and just hold your hand while we wander.
And we'll stop at the Botanical Garden, or sit beside the lakes that cut through the city. Copenhagen isn't flashy, it's graceful, quietly confident, a city that lets you feel at home in its rhythm.
It's like a lullaby written in cobblestones and wind.
Then one day, let's ride bikes along the harbor, eat something pickled and perfect, and fall in love with the city and each other all over again.
With Hygge in our hearts and Danish light in our eyes.